Okay, her name is Stephanie Martins, and she is running for Everett City Council, Ward 2, although it is a citywide election. Now, Everett is a city just 4 miles north of Boston, covering roughly 3.7 square miles with just under 42,000 residents. Now, it is a diverse population with more than 33% of its residents being born outside the U.S., but it also is a traditional and very proud city as it is a major part of the Port of Boston. Now, Martins is a Harvard graduate who has made Everett her home, and as a Brazilian American, she is part of a new generation that is bilingual and bicultural, American as they come. Now we welcome Stephanie Martins to Urban Update. Good morning.
Good morning.
Did I describe you okay?
You did. That was awesome. Thank you.
Okay, good. Anything you want to add in there? No, we'll get into it now. Yeah. We got plenty of time because my director, Jen Gross, obviously needs a calculator for Christmas. So we're going to do a little bit longer segment here, okay? But let's start with the basics. You're running for City Council in Everett, and it's a citywide election. What kind of said, I got to do this?
Well, my whole life story in my community involvement inspired me to look back at my city and see how I can make a difference back in my city. So that's what really inspired me. I've been doing some work for a few years now with teenagers. I've been mentoring little girls as a big sister. And also the communication. There are many opportunities that we can discuss here right now. Yeah.
Good. So let's talk a little bit about your city. And I see you say it with a lot of pride. How do you describe Everett to people who say, well, tell me more about Everett? I've heard it, I know it because I'm from the North Shore, but if you're from the South Shore, a lot of them haven't even been to Everett. How do you describe Everett to people?
Well, we're right close to Boston, but we're very special. There's a mixed up of a very traditional population and also a very diverse population, and now a new generation that's moving in as well.
Exactly. So it is a good mix. And again, it's only 4 miles north of Boston, so you're really almost part of Boston, but you really kind of have this own little world. So it's a great city. So all right, let's get back into the political. So you decided to throw in your ring. It is Ward 2, but it's a citywide election. What does that mean exactly?
Well, it means that everyone in all different districts, they can vote for all candidates in all other districts as well.
So you're throwing in your, when did you decide that you were going to do this? Was it a long, lengthy process? Did you know right away? Had you been planning this for years? Or take me through that internal kind of process.
Well, I've always been passionate about law and politics, and back in college I was involved in organizations that promoted Know Your Rights campaigns. Then I got involved in political elections, connecting candidates to communities that are not politically engaged. And then I looked back at my city, and especially after the last presidential elections, that's when I realized that if you can, that each one of us should make a difference in our own city.
So let's get back to that, because I was having a conversation with a lot of community folks and saying that the results of this last election, whether you agree with it or not, is inspiring a whole new generation of people to get involved. Do you fall under that category? Was that president? I know you mentioned it, but was that really like the last thing to say, I got to get involved?
I think it's the expectation of what you want your leadership to do, and if you don't see that happening, you can do it yourself. So that's what inspired me to really make the decision that I've already been doing that statewide, so why can I make a difference in my city?
Okay, so you know what, I want to talk a little bit about what you have been doing, because you have worked in the private sector as well as the public sector. So take me through some of the jobs that you've had and who have you worked with side by side.
Well, professionally speaking, right now, thankfully, I'm self-employed. I have a local business with my husband in Everett. We have both a general construction business and a real estate development business. And but before that, I held all kinds of jobs. I've been working since I was 15. I started living by myself when I was 17, and I had to have 3 jobs when minimum wage was just $5.75.
Wow.
So I've been doing all of that. I worked in the financial sector for 7 years, and so right now I'm in real estate as a realtor, real estate developer, and I'm also doing some legal work on the side.
Okay, so having said that, what can we expect your kind of platform to be, or what are some of the cornerstones of your upcoming platform, political platform?
Sure. Well, there are three main issues that I'm focused on, and one of them is very personal to me, which is working with our teenagers as far as substance abuse prevention and helping them to realize their potential and make it to the next step, which is either pursuing professional education or transitioning to college. The second one, as a realtor and somebody that realizes the importance of the American dream of owning your home and being able to stay there, then I'm focused on housing, which is a big issue and will be even bigger now as Everett is transitioning with the casino and new developments. So I want to make sure that we protect the interests of our homeowners and people that are renting. And the last one is to promote and protect the interests of our small businesses. But one of the things that also inspired me to run is the challenge that the City Hall is doing an amazing work, but not a lot of people know about it. So how can we make sure that the information gets out there and we can all be on the same page and move forward as one Everett?
Very interesting. Now, I don't want anybody saying, it's not polite. I know it's not polite to ask a lady her age, but you are now becoming a public figure, and they'll say your age, they'll say your name and your age. So how old are you now?
Well, for another month, I'm 28.
So you're a millennial?
I am, yes.
Okay, so you're 28. Okay. Now, and we were talking about that earlier again, the generational. So, do you plan to kind of get a lot of young folks involved in the? I know Everett has a real traditional kind of block of folks who've been there for many years, very active, and have a lot of pride in the city. But then you also have a young generation who are really pushing a lot of agendas forward. Do you intend to kind of unite these communities together in a unified kind of front?
Absolutely. I'm excited to work with our seniors, and I'm also excited to get some folks who would be eligible to vote but have not been engaged. So I'm excited to get some young people out there knocking doors, getting involved, getting registered, talking to their friends. And also there's the wait.
No, that's okay. Keep going. Keep going. We got plenty of time. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, no. And there are also different populations that are not involved, and just working people that are too busy to find out, or just the election information is not making it to them.
Now, as a millennial, I would imagine that you're going to go door to door, but using social media as well. Are you planning to kind of use the power of Facebook and Twitter? And are you on Snapchat?
I am, yes.
Snapchat. You're on Snapchat. Okay, but are you going to be using all of those in your campaign?
Absolutely. I'll be using all of those tools, not only during my campaign, but after the election. I think the city will benefit from using those tools as well.
See, that was my cue for Jen to put up the Facebook information, but I'm going to ask her to put up your Facebook. Because you are on Facebook.
I am.
Right?
Yes.
What is it? It's
Facebook.com/Stephanie Martins Everett.
Yeah, all one word, right? Stephanie Martins, no space ever. We've got it up there now.
Yes.
Good. So, what else have I not asked you that you would like our viewers to know?
Well, that's
What's your favorite movie? No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see, what else have I... Oh,
Well,
my God, you got me now.
I think the fact that you are running for office, and this is your first time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been on other people's campaigns, but now it's my own. Yes.
This is your own. So,
Right.
So I guess we're kind of, introducing a new face to you Urban Update viewers, and her name is Stephanie Martins out in Everett. Well, thank you for stopping by this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, and we wish you luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Stay right there, because that's it for this edition of Urban Update. But before we go, a quick shout out to a very loyal Urban Update viewer. Her name is Lucy Jane Tempesta. Her daughter Jennifer told me I needed to say hello, as she never misses a show. Thank you very much, Lucy Jane. And also a happy birthday to my boy Bobby Janis, also watching today. Stay young, Robert. For all of us here on Urban Update, have a great Sunday, everyone.